Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Ola Hawama Show. Today I have a special guest, our Congressman, Mark Molinaro. Up next, stay tuned. I want to welcome my friend, our Congressman, Mark Molinaro on the Ola Hawama Show. What an honor to have you on. Thank you for coming
come on. It's my honor. You were so helpful to me. I'm starting my new role in just a few days, and you helped get me there. So thank you.
Absolutely. How is the transition being from executive to now Congress?
Well, I'll let you know in a few weeks. As you know, I've spent the last 11 years as a county executive. I joke being a big fish in a little pond. Meaning, I'm responsible for overseeing a county government, 1,800 county employees, $580 million county government operation. And now I'll be a little fish in a big pond, one of 435. So I was once a state legislator, so I think that I have the right skills to kind of get back into the role. But after November 8th, as you know, we had 2 weeks of orientation in D.C., got to meet with members of Congress, the freshman class, if you will, a lot of colleagues, new colleagues from across the country. Great new Republican majority, a small, slim majority, but a majority nonetheless. And been trying to get our office up and running. So transition is going well. You can also tell that I'm packing up my existing office. I'm almost bare bones around here. But packing up 11 years of work that I just have loved doing is a little bittersweet. But we're ready to hit the ground running come January 3rd.
Well, 1 in 435, but you have always stood out. You are one of those leaders that believes in unity.
Yeah.
And I can't say the same about everyone else. And the Republican Party, I mean, what we need obviously is unity, but you were always one of those that believed that we need to unite both sides, and your policies, that's what they stood for.
Well, yeah, I appreciate you saying that. I don't want people to get confused, right? Trying to find common ground isn't about giving up on your principles, and it isn't about ignoring the things that you or the people you represent care about. It's about demanding that we meet each other and to some degree collaborate where we can. We spend a lot of time, a lot of people in elected office like to make a point. They might go on Twitter, they say some obnoxious thing, and then they never ever stay around to actually fix a problem. They just talk about the problem. In order to get to real solutions, you got to move people. So that means, by the way, sometimes demanding that those with whom you agree do something that they don't feel comfortable doing. It may mean saying to somebody you don't agree, you're wrong. You got to get to this point. And sometimes it means compromising. And I just hope that we can find some amount of common ground to secure this country, to preserve those rights that we cherish, to protect our families, our friends, to ensure that we have a nation that is prosperous for everyone. There are real challenges that we have to face. And so maybe we might disagree and shouldn't give up on our ideals, but we do have to get people to come together towards some agreement. It's going to be a harder task. But it's one that I want to fight for, and it's certainly a country worth fighting for.
I completely agree with you. I mean, I look forward. It was such a pleasure to help you with this journey, and I look forward to whatever you need, helping you with your next phase. A lot of you see the left and the right. You see us just arguing and fighting and nitpicking, as you'd say. But you are about boots on the ground out there. Okay, let's find solutions. How can we bring people together? And I love that. And I mean, as a minority, as a first generation, I gravitate to leaders that are like that, because we need to put differences aside without compromising our values, but we cannot sit there just nitpicking and attacking. What's the end solution? How do you feel that you are going to make a difference in Congress?
Well, I'm not under any illusion, right? I'm not going there and we're gonna solve everything in a day, but I'm going to work hard with my colleagues in the Republican majority to make sure this government respects the people that it serves. That in the House of Representatives, we have to recognize and understand that it's not the government's money; it's the taxpayers. That government isn't there to serve itself; it's there to serve the people, and that Americans aren't supposed to work for their government. The government's supposed to work for them. Those are principles. Those are the basic things I believe in, and will expect my colleagues to understand that. When it comes to those specifics where we might disagree, well, I'll meet you halfway as long as you're honest and earnest about it. If you're coming to the problem with an honest and earnest solution, if you think your idea is a great one, then let's consider it. But if you're lying about it, you're just trying to make an argument for no reason, and you're not trying to find any solutions, then I'll move on to the next person. But here's the thing: I think as Americans, and I know the people who love you, and I know a lot of them do love Ola. They love you because you fight, but you also work to find solutions, and I think that's important. When I was a member of the state legislature, I always gave a good fight. I always debated on principle. I always argued from a point of I think in the best interest of the people I represented. And I also always tried to find ways to work with people in order to bring about solutions. I hope to be able to do that as a member of Congress. I think I will, but I'm going to need your help, meaning the people watching. As Americans, elections are one point in time. Governing is all the time. And we need you to be engaged with us. Tell us what you think. Complain when we do the thing that you don't like, but also be there to support us when we do the things you do like. It's important to have your voice heard, not only when you disagree, but when you're out there supporting those things and those people that you agree with.
Absolutely. In closing, I want you to tell me about Think Differently. Tell the guests about Think Differently, and yes.
Well, it's important to me. There's a whole population. Those with intellectual, developmental, and physical disabilities are often overlooked, and in some ways are the targets of bad decisions. I saw that during the pandemic at its worst. Government making choices that truly threatened and risked the lives and livelihood of individual disabilities. But people with disabilities live with these challenges all the time. I'm the father of 4 wonderful children, one of whom, my daughter, lives with some disabilities. It's a challenge that we live every day. And individual disabilities and their families and friends, they deserve a government that supports them. We have to break down barriers and open opportunities. It's a passion of mine. We launched Think Differently as a local initiative. There are hundreds of communities across America that have embraced this very basic principle that we have to change the way we interact with and support those with disabilities to create opportunities, tear down barriers. I hope to bring that message to Congress and to make it a national call. Those with disabilities have the highest rate of unemployment. Housing's a challenge, transportation's a challenge, and the families that have to navigate the system created to help them know how difficult it is. I'm going to be their champion, their advocate. I want to work with Republicans and Democrats across this country to help America think differently and create a state of opportunity for everyone, regardless of what we perceive their ability to be.
Bringing people together without compromising our values. That's Mark Molinaro, our congressman. Thank you, Mr. Molinaro, for coming on. And my friend, I don't think I've ever called you Mr. Molinaro. Now that
don't ever do it again.
Do I have to call you Mr.? Can I just?
No, it's Mark. And if you see me on the street, call me Mark. I don't want Congressman or Mr. It's just Mark.
And that's rare to have the humility. You've always had that. You've always had the humility. You've never, you've always been out there, like I said, with everyone, no matter who you are. Thank you again for coming on. Enjoy the rest of your day. God bless.
You too. God bless you, and God bless the greatest nation the world has ever known.
Amen.
Amen.
You're watching American One.